Hi everyone, Herman here. This is a daily business update video where I share what I worked on today in our business, the problems that I am trying to solve, what I learned. And the reason why I'm making this type of content of daily business update videos is because this is the type of content that I wish the top entrepreneurs would make. Like, imagine how cool it would be to see Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, a daily business update video from them where they're talking about the problems that they're facing, how they're thinking about solving their problems, what they're working on in their business, their reflections, how they problem solve. I think it would be really cool. And so because this is the type of content that I enjoy, I am scratching my own itch and I am making it. So let's dive right in. Right now, today is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. And the biggest problem that I am trying to solve in our company is our lead generation. We're not generating as many leads as we would like. We've hit a plateau in terms of growth. Yeah, so we need to figure out how to generate leads, which has made me reflect on a lot of things, like what is our unique value proposition? What makes us different than our competitors out in the marketplace? How do we want to generate leads? Because there are many ways to do that. So one is through paid advertising, another way is through affiliates. Another way is to creating organic content. Another way is to posting on social media. Another way is to create a Facebook group or something like that. So there are many ways to generate leads. I've been thinking about how do I want to do that in our company? And what I came up with is that I want to do it through advertising. Number one, I come from the marketing world. As you can see here, I'm reading Russell's book. I was reading Russell's book today. I was also going through his Funnel Hackers cookbook. So I come from the marketing world. That all of the business lessons that I learned from business coaches, marketing coaches, and I like the idea of advertising. I like the idea. So with advertising, paid advertising, the way it works is that there's a formula that you have to figure out. You have to figure out the right offer with the right messaging, with the right marketing funnel structure. And if you get that right, then you can scale really quickly. At least that's what I've seen with other people. And so I like the idea of figuring that out. And another thing too that I like is that it is a more evergreen structure. Once you figure it out, you have leverage. Like, you can create good ads and then you plug them into the system and it could consistently generate new leads, as opposed to, let's say, having to consistently post content on a Facebook group or something like that. That calls less of my attention. So advertising it is. Now, for advertising, obviously, again, it is kind of like I don't know. I mean, I've never picked a lock, but I would imagine like you're trying to figure out like some sort of combination, like certain moves to pick a certain lock. So anyway, you got to pick the marketing lock, the advertising lock. You need to get the messaging, the offer, the funnel structure right. And I've been thinking about that. For us, what I was thinking, so this is what I have tried already. I was thinking to offer a free trial for our business, because for me, I'd rather offer a free trial and convince people to sign up and stay with us because they had a great experience with us, as opposed to, pay salespeople to push people into signing up with us, like convincing them and having hard sales. I don't know. I mean, I know it could be better than that, but like, that's what I imagine. I just don't want to run a sales organization. I will if I have to, but that's not the type of business that I want to run. I would rather focus on the product, the experience. I would rather, instead of investing money into paying commissions to salespeople, I'd rather use that money to invest it into an amazing onboarding experience where we go above and beyond for our clients and get them to stay with us. So at least that's how my mind is thinking about it. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I just like the idea better of a free trial and making that the experience that gets people to buy or sign up with us. Okay, so I've been thinking about, okay, how do I do that? How do I promote a free trial? So at first, what I was thinking is something along the lines of like, I can have a course so I can run an ad that sells a course, and then anybody who buys the course, offer them a free trial. So I started doing this and it hasn't been working as well as I was hoping. And so I needed to change things up. Anyway, you can watch yesterday's video where I talked about it. I went through a couple of different iterations of how I was thinking about it. Finally, today, I came up with this structure right here, a super simple structure. So if you compare it to yesterday, this is the funnel structure that I had. It's like an ad, then an opt-in page, then from there, a page that qualifies people. Then from there, they get an email that sends them to a page that if they get approved, it was complicated. Today, I came up with this structure that feels right. It is a simple structure. It's a simple add to a webinar registration page to a thank you page. And the way I'm thinking about it is like, the way I want to promote this free trial is to do that through a webinar, because instead of doing like one-on-one sales, which is what I've been doing up until now, I would rather get a lot of people on a call and just kind of knock it out all in one. I like the idea of selling one to many. So, and not just selling, I'm not even going to be selling, I'm going to be offering them a free trial. So I like the idea of offering value at scale on a one-to-many way. So the problem that I was thinking today is like, okay, so I know that I want to do this webinar. What is this page what is the copy going to be on this page? So for the ad, I was thinking something like, hey, do you want to work with, are you trying to grow your student numbers? If yes, we work with us and we can help. I want to invite you to work with us for free for 30 days where we're going to help you attract students. Our average clients generate this many students in the first 90 days. If you're interested, click the button to learn more. And then they're going to land here and they're going to get to a webinar registration page. And I was thinking like, what do I say here? And I was asking ChatGPT about it. And it was saying something along the lines of like, free training. If in this training, you're going to learn how to attract new students, how to grow your studio, how to bring in more students, how to automate your class, your follow-up. And then on top of that, we have a bonus where we are going to work with you for free. And I was like, what do I want the main message of this to be? Like, what do I want this webinar registration page to be? I want to lead with like the unique value proposition. I don't want to lead with like, learn how to grow your studio, because everybody who is a competitor of ours could say the same thing. They could all say, I want to grow your student numbers. So for us, the thing that makes us different is that, we have a team and and the offer is that our team is going to do the work one-on-one with them. So have our team work one-on-one with you to build you a machine that can help you bring in students, right? And I think that's like like along those lines is what I want this to say. Like I want that to be the angle that I take. Like let our team help you, or have our team work with you one-on-one for free for 30 days, where they're going to build you a machine that helps you attract new students and follow up with all your leads, right? And something like that. So that's the angle. And I was looking at this book, where in the book you could see here, so Russell has a webinar page right here. So he has a webinar page right here with a thank you page here. He also has in the cookbook, you could see right here a webinar registration page, and this is what the page looks like. The problem is that those pages, the way they're built, they're kind of curiosity driven. Like learn what's working today in our business that is bringing us this amount of money per day passively or something like that. And so it's kind of like a free training reveals this secret. And for us, it's like what is that going to be? Like free training reveals how you can work with us for free. Like that doesn't make any sense. Free training reveals how to attract new students. Now I'm watering down the messaging. Instead of saying like work with us for free for 30 days, I'm like learn how to get more students, which doesn't differentiate us from our competitors. So how can I make that like the thing that we're different? How can I make that the headline of the page? So that's what I was working on today. And for me, the thing that I came up with, so as you could see here, I was handwriting all of this stuff out. So I was handwriting here. This is the option 2, the one that I came up with. That you want to grow your student numbers and have automation do your lead follow-up for you so you don't have to. If yes, I want to offer to have our team work with you for free for 30 days. We help get our average client X amount of additional students in the first 90 days. To find out how this works, join us on this date for a live demo of Studio App. So instead of calling this a webinar, what I thought is I was going to call it a live demo. So the way I was thinking of getting people to show up for that call, instead of calling it a free training, because I thought that didn't make any sense, I was thinking, okay, how about like something like this? Like, hey, right now we have this offer where my team will work for you for free for 30 days, 101, where they will build this machine that helps you attract students and follow up with your leads. In a nutshell, to find out more information about how this offer works and how StudioHub works, and to see if this is something that you think would benefit your business, join this demo call where we're going to walk through StudioHub and talk about more about this free trial. So that is the excuse, that is the reason why then you would join the call. So I was missing that reason. So I was brainstorming. It took me about two hours today of brainstorming and writing and thinking about this. I wrote, option 1 and then wrote option 2. And I wrote here, just in general, I was just brainstorming what I wanted to say on that page, which had me thinking, like, what do I want to even say on the webinar? So I was thinking about the webinar structure. I'm going to say a hook or story. I'm going to talk about how StudioHub helps generate leads, how it helps with the follow-up, how it helps, like, just overall, I'm going to talk here. This is the structure that I am going to follow for the webinar. So I don't know if it's going to work because I'm kind of veering a little bit away from what the proven model is, just based on this book. So we'll see. It's going to be a little different, but I was just trying to figure out, like, why would somebody join a live call to, like, it was kind of sounding weird like this to me. Like, do you want to work for free? Do you want us to work for you for free to help you build a machine that helps you attract students? Yes. Okay. Join this call for what? Like, join this call so that you can get access to this, but that wouldn't be truthful because not everybody's going to get access to it. So join this call to claim this offer. Like, I don't know. I wasn't finding a real reason to get people to show up. But like, I think, like, I'm going to give you a live demo of what the tool looks like and talk about the trial so you can learn more about it. I think that's a legitimate reason. That is actually the simplest, the real reason why we want them to show up. So so that's what I was thinking of doing here in the webinar page. So that's what I worked on. And then from there, people are going to go to the thank you page. And over here in this book, there's also the webinar confirmation page, which I don't know if you can see right here. This is what it looks like. So that is the thank you page. And I was just trying to learn, like, what are the elements that I would need to have on this thank you page right here? What do I need to say? So things that are important, obviously, is like the date of the webinar. I need to ask them to save that on their calendars. And then I need to have a video. That says, thank you so much for registering for our webinar. Here's why you want to show up. And I got that from that book. It's like, in that video, you want to get them excited about showing up so that they do actually show up. And I was thinking, okay, what am I going to say there on that video? What am I going to talk about? It's like, what can I say to get them to show up for the live demo? And that's where I was brainstorming here. And I was thinking, okay, thank you for joining. Let me explain to you what this call is going to be about. If you're interested in growing your studio, you can use StudioHub to do this. Now, instead of trying to convince you to sign up for StudioHub, we want you to experience it for yourself. We have an offer where my team will work for you for free for one-on-one for 30 days. They will build you a StudioHub account. They will train you and your team on how to use the system. They will help you launch your advertising campaigns. Our average client gets this many students. If this is something that sounds like you would be interested, if this sounds like something that you would be interested in this call, I'm going to go over all the details about how StudioHub works, about how the trial works. You can show up and find out if this is something that you think could work for your business. So something along those lines is how I am going to make that video for the thank you page. That is how I want to, incentivize, like not incentivize, but I want to have say that in the video to get people, again, to show up. And then I was also brainstorming about what is my follow-up going to be leading to the event. Like, how am I going to remind people? What text messages do I need to send? So that is the work that I got to start working on tomorrow. I got to start putting all of this together. Another thing too that I thought about is, like, I have ideas for the videos that I want to record for the follow-up messages so that it gets people to show up and what I want to say there. But I was thinking that I don't really want to create anything new at the moment. I want to test this out with the most bare bone version of this possible so that I don't end up wasting time creating something that eventually doesn't work. Because this is what I've done so far. I've created courses and things that it hasn't worked like I was hoping it would. And so I'm having not to scrap it because I'm going to be using it regardless, but I want to test this out with a minimum amount of effort possible to see if it's even worth doubling down on this. And then once I find out if it works or not, if it works, then I can double down and adjust every piece of the funnel, tweak every piece of the funnel to make it even better. So yeah, that's what I was working on today. I have two other lessons that I learned. Well, one other lesson that I learned and a quick update. The lesson that I learned, and this is nothing new, but I feel like this is a theme in my life that I want to get good at this. I want to get good at making work feel slow. And the reason why I say that, which is like kind of weird. Usually when I try to get work done, like as you could see here, I spent a lot of time just brainstorming. And all I wanted to do is like sit down and type the script out, sit down and write the pages out, sit down and start working. I wish I would have like moved a lot further than where I got to today. Even though I felt like I made a lot of progress, I wish I would be further ahead. I wish I would have clarity and I would know exactly what to say on the ads and what to type in. Like if I was thinking, okay, I need to create a webinar registration page. Boom, here's what I'm going to say and just type it out and get it done. Like I want things to feel fast. I want the progress to feel fast. And instead, it's like I sit down, I don't know where I'm going. I write things out. Like ideas come to me, but then they don't. And then it's kind of like a slow progress like that. And that's where, to me, I have to learn like work isn't, especially creative work, isn't supposed to feel like it can feel like you're just like getting it all out and it's super fast. But sometimes you don't have clarity, and it's okay for things to take time. It's okay for things for you to for things to feel slow in the way the ideas come. So yeah, that's something that I want to embrace. For me, one of the things that makes me think of is I heard this podcast by Cal Newport where he talked about how Jerry Seinfeld wrote every joke on a yellow legal notepad, and then he had to translate that into other places, and how he did something in the same way. I heard about this from the person who created the Founder podcast, where he would take notes, like handwritten notes, and then he would manually transcribe them over to somewhere else. And what they were saying is like, if they were to increase efficiency by just typing it out, they wouldn't enjoy the work as much. And then on top of that, like they wouldn't get, like the work wouldn't be as good. And so for me, I was thinking, okay, like as I am brainstorming all of these things, getting used to the fact that work takes time and work can be, it's okay if it feels slow. Like I don't need to be going at 1,000,000 miles an hour and cranking work out like 1,000,000 words per minute. So yeah, just being okay with the fact that work takes time, and I'm not going to sit down and crank it all out. It's just something that I am learning to accept more and more. Okay. And then the next update that I had today is I wasn't on social media today at all. Like I didn't watch any YouTube videos. I didn't go on Facebook. I didn't go on Instagram. And this to me, yeah, it felt awesome. I was able to be more productive. I had like more than 4 solid hours of deep work. And yeah, it just felt really productive. That is something that I wish is every time I do that where I don't go on social media, it's like so good. It feels so good, but it's so hard because like once you get on the phone and you start you start browsing through, it just you get the doom scroll, you start like your brain turns into this jittery brain that is it's just hard to settle your thoughts, and you feel uneasy. Like every time I'm on social media for a while, I have like this feeling of uneasiness. So anyway, didn't do any of that today. So that was great. That was my update. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, leave me a comment down below and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.